The teacher thought the toy was the problem, so she took it away. 30 seconds later, the entire classroom was in chaos. The boy started screaming, crying, rocking in his chair. Other kids covered their ears. The teacher stood there, confused, because just a moment ago, he had been completely calm. All of this because of a tiny spinning toy, a toy most adults thought was just a distraction, a toy everyone kept saying he needed to learn to live without. But what no one understood was this: that little toy wasn't just a toy. It was the only thing keeping his world from falling apart. And the moment it disappeared, so did his calm. Every morning, the boy arrived at school holding the same toy. Small, scratched. The bright colors had faded from years of spinning. Most children would have forgotten about it after a week, but he carried it everywhere. School, car rides, the grocery store, even to bed. Because when the world became too loud, his fingers would start spinning it. Round, round, round. Slowly, his breathing would follow the movement. Steady, calm, safe. That morning, the classroom was noisy. Backpacks dropping, chairs scraping, children laughing. For most students, it was just another normal day. But for him, every sound arrived at once. The buzzing lights above, the tapping pencils, the whispering behind him, the ticking clock on the wall. His brain tried to process everything at the same time, so his fingers began spinning the toy again. Round, round, round. The movement was small, quiet, almost invisible, but the teacher noticed. "Put the toy away," she said gently. The spinning stopped. The boy froze. The room suddenly felt louder. The lights felt brighter. But the toy stayed on his desk. His fingers slowly reached for it again. Round, round, round. The teacher walked over. "This is school, not playtime." She picked up the toy. Just like that, it was gone. At first, the boy didn't react. He simply stared at the empty desk. Then his breathing changed. Fast, shallow. His hands began to shake. The voices in the room sounded louder now. The scraping chairs sounded like thunder. The bright lights felt like they were burning his eyes. The world around him suddenly became too much. His body started rocking, forward, back, forward, back. Then the tears came, and suddenly he screamed. The sound filled the classroom. Other children stared. Some looked scared. Some laughed nervously. The teacher tried to calm him. She told him to take deep breaths. She told him everything was okay, but nothing worked, because the one thing helping him manage the chaos was gone. At that exact moment, the classroom door opened. His mother had arrived early to pick him up. She saw him immediately, curled in his chair, hands pressed against his ears, tears running down his face. She knew that look, the look of a child whose brain had been pushed past its limit. She walked quietly toward him, knelt beside his chair, and gently reached into her pocket. In her hand was the small spinning toy. She placed it softly into his hands. The boy grabbed it instantly, and his fingers began to move again. Round, round, round. Slowly, his breathing changed. The rocking stopped. The crying softened. His shoulders relaxed. Within seconds, the storm inside him faded. The teacher stared in disbelief. "How did that calm him so quickly?" she asked. His mother looked at the toy, then back at the teacher. "That isn't just a toy," she said softly. "It's how he regulates his world. When everything becomes too loud, too bright, and too overwhelming, that spinning helps his brain slow things down. It's for him like turning the volume of life down." The next day, the boy walked into class again, toy in hand. He sat at his desk. The classroom was noisy again. Backpacks dropped, chairs scraped, children talked, and his fingers started spinning the toy. Round, round, round. This time, the teacher didn't stop him. She simply continued the lesson, and something beautiful happened. He stayed calm. He listened. He raised his hand to answer a question, and for the first time in a long time, he smiled. Sometimes the things autistic children hold on to are not distractions. They are tools. Tools that help them manage overwhelming sounds, overwhelming lights, overwhelming emotions. So when you see a child refusing to let go of something small, a toy, a string, a spinning object, remember this: they may not be being difficult. They may simply be holding on to the one thing helping them stay calm. Because sometimes the smallest toy is the reason a child's world doesn't fall apart.